There are moments in history that even heaven stops to watch. Just imagine it. The theater goes completely pitch black. You hear the sound of a distant wind, soft temple bells, a quiet choir, and a steady heartbeat. That profound, echoing line from the voice of time, yeah, it sets this incredibly ethereal stage for the story we're about to unpack today.
Okay, let's dive into this explainer. Today, we're taking a fascinating look at a short but intensely powerful 6-minute theatrical skit called Tryst with Destiny, The Heavens Witness Freedom. We're going to theatrically deconstruct this script to understand how it so powerfully conveys the true, heavy cost of independence. It's just a brilliant piece of writing that merges the spiritual with the historical, really making us feel the sheer weight of a nation's birth.
Section 1. The Heavens Watch Earth.
Now, what's absolutely fascinating about this setup is the deliberate choice the playwright makes right from the opening curtain. Instead of starting in the dusty streets or, the crowded halls of Parliament, the source material actually places us in a celestial realm. Notice the brilliant theatrical contrast built between these two worlds. Up in heaven, the stage directions call for total darkness, pierced by a slow spotlight, actors in crisp white standing among clouds, and this deep mood of silent spiritual observation. But then, the scene shifts to Earth, specifically Parliament House, and boom, we get a bright golden spotlight. We get the bustling, noisy reality of a newly free nation, complete with ringing church and temple bells. It's a masterful visual and auditory juxtaposition between the quiet, eternal peace of the martyrs and the loud, hyperactive reality of the living.
Section 2. The Price of Freedom. A solemn confrontation. As we look at the spirits gathered in this celestial space, the script actually forces us to confront the profound sacrifices made by legendary historical figures. The tone drops into something deeply solemn here, asking us to really recognize what was traded for this moment of celebration. And the script does something remarkable with these titans. It transforms them from mere characters in a textbook into timeless symbols of sacrifice. Bhagat Singh isn't just a man here, he literally represents the dreams carried to the gallows. Rani Lakshmibai tells us her story didn't end on the battlefield, but begins again in every single daughter who refuses to surrender. Chandrasekhar Azad's fallen body is contrasted with an unyielding motherland, and perhaps most powerfully of all, the chorus of unknown martyrs reminds us that even those without statues or names in history books, those who wore no crowns, well, they contributed their blood to the colors of the Tiranga, the national flag.
Section 3. A Tryst with Destiny. The Midnight Hour. So the crucial point here is how the narrative pulls us strictly down from the clouds and into the earthly realm. The whole energy shifts. We're now at the stroke of the midnight hour, in the exact historical moment where the dream finally becomes reality. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom. This iconic speech by Jawaharlal Nehru is used to ground the entire play. All those celestial observations we just witnessed, they are suddenly anchored to a definitive historical moment of triumph on earth. The spirits are watching him deliver these very words, creating this incredible bridge between the sacrifices of the past and the actual political reality of the present.
But notice how quickly the script has Nehru pivot. He tells the gathered nation, this is no time for celebration alone. Right there, he immediately shifts the narrative to a stark warning about the massive responsibility that accompanies freedom. It's a call for service, for sacrifice, and for nation building. The playwright uses Nehru's words to remind the audience that, hey, the struggle didn't magically end at midnight. A brand new, equally difficult struggle had just begun.
Section 4. Blueprints for a Nation. Foundational Visions.
And this brilliantly illustrates how, upon hearing Nehru's call to action, the heavens rejoice, but they also step up to offer guidance. We're introduced to the foundational visions outlined by 3 monumental leaders looking down from heaven, essentially constructing a complete blueprint for an independent nation. Each leader provides a highly specific, vital pillar. Mahatma Gandhi speaks to morality, warning that freedom without truth and humanity just cannot survive. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose speaks to defense, urging the nation to become so incredibly strong that no enemy dares challenge her again. And Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, he speaks to unity, demanding the absolute protection of one flag, one constitution, and one India. Together, they are literally passing the torch of responsibility.
Section 5. The Roll Call of Sacrifice. The Unknown Martyrs.
Just as we start to feel uplifted by these blueprints, the script pulls us right back to its heavy emotional core. We move into this rapid sequence where the unknown martyrs step forward, one by one, to share their final, most poignant thoughts. I was 16. Just a single sharp line.
But wow, it hits like a gut punch, really emphasizing the sheer tragedy of youth lost to the cause of freedom.
I never saw my mother again. The dramatic pacing here is completely rapid fire. It's deliberately designed to let the tragedy of severed family ties and deeply personal sacrifice truly sink in for us.
I died without seeing freedom. The cadence remains incredibly solemn, highlighting the ultimate heartbreak, right? Paying the absolute highest price, giving your own life, but dying before the goal was ever actually reached.
Let's see how this all builds. This rapid sequence culminates in one final, utterly devastating thought. I left everything so India could have everything. I mean, this single sentence perfectly encapsulates the ultimate cost paid for the nation's future. It summarizes the entire theme of the play in just 9 words, which is then followed by a moment of complete, deafening silence on stage.
Section 6. The Promise of Tomorrow. The Child of India.
Out of that profound silence, the narrative comes rushing back into the modern day. The script introduces the child of independent India, and you can feel the vocal cadence of the play rising into something incredibly hopeful. This child walks onto the stage carrying the Indian flag, completely unable to see the spirits surrounding them, but the child speaks directly to them, acknowledging that because of their massive sacrifice, a modern citizen can study, dream, pray, speak, and live freely. This child represents all of us, the modern citizens who directly benefit from this historical sacrifice, and they make a solemn promise to never insult or forget it.
The narrator then brings it all together, connecting those historical sacrifices to our modern civic duty. The script beautifully argues that heroes never truly die. They live on whenever a citizen makes an active choice, choosing honesty over corruption, duty over comfort, and country over self. You see, the true spirit of freedom isn't just some passive inheritance. It requires active, everyday choices from every single one of us.
The play then reaches its ultimate emotional climax. All the freedom fighters, standing right behind the child, raise their hands in blessing and deliver one final collective plea. Protect this freedom. It was bought with our lives.
The child raises the flag high, golden confetti falls, and the heavenly lights slowly fade. But that message, it stays brilliantly illuminated. This script leaves us with a heavy, beautiful mandate. So looking at the incredible sacrifices laid out in this theatrical masterpiece, I want to leave you with this final thought to really reflect upon. How are you choosing duty, honesty, and country to protect this hard-won freedom today?